And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Thank you very much. And a great audience. Welcome to the 2020 Gala The Tonight Show. And I want to thank you, Autumn, for filling in for Ed tonight. You're doing a great job. It feels good to be in front of an audience again, even if it is a virtual one. At this point, I'll take whatever I can get. I'm sure you'll agree these past few months, we all felt like we were retired. We just called it quarantine. Tonight, we're here to take a break from the real world and have a few laughs. Incidentally, that's what I told my fourth wife when we began the quarantine. At that time, I thought we'd be spending a few weeks together. But no, folks, I didn't think it would be 10 months. Never spent so much time together with anyone in my entire life. By the way, I'm now looking for my fifth wife, and if anyone in TV land has any recommendations, I'll be glad to hear them. Quarantine has been a very strange experience, with everyone afraid to leave the house, except, of course, when Morton's offered the $14 steak sandwich specials, but pick up only. Speaking of food, I feel like we've all put on a couple of extra pounds these past few months. But luckily for everyone, JFS made the dress code casual couture, which I guess is a fancy way of saying loose clothing. We need to send a special thanks to JFS for boycotting Spanx this year. I heard you received a Gala in a box. Are you enjoying them? Now, I want to know how many of you will ever wear those aprons again. And how about your TV dinners? Heaven forbid JFS hosts anything without providing food or drinks. I bet this is the first time that many of you have opened your oven since you bought your house, other than to store your wool sweaters in them. And let me be the first to say that lamb is not the other white meat. What about watching TV during quarantine, folks? We're still doing a lot of that, but no more channels 2, 4, 7, and 11. No, now there's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney, HBO, Showtime, and the list goes on and on. And so how can people possibly still say there's nothing good to watch on TV? Okay, we're a great audience. We have a terrific lineup for you tonight. Wonderful evenings planned for you, so stay where you are as we raise money for JFS, and we'll be right back.
Please welcome your host, Autumn Kersey.
Everyone, and thank you. Thank you for tuning in to the Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services virtual gala. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure everyone is prepared to participate this evening. Each of you should have received an email with a direct link to participate in tonight's silent and live auctions, as well as to donate. This is the link that you will use to give tonight. Now, if you're currently scrambling to find that email, no problem. I've got that information right here. Here's what to do. Simply text Rails JFS Gala to 243725 and follow the instructions. That is RALES JFS Gala to 243725. Now, if you prefer, you can also visit the website railsjfs.org/gala. Your pledges this evening will not be processed until tomorrow afternoon. So if you prefer to pay by check, you will have ample time to do so prior to a credit card being charged. Please use the event software to make your pledges and then call the JFS office tomorrow anytime between 8 a.m. and noon. The phone number is 561-852-5013. Now, all of this information is on your screen right now, just in case you missed it. I'd also like to mention the silent auction closes at 9 p.m. tonight. I took a peek earlier, and there are some pretty spectacular packages. So get those maximum bids set now so you don't miss out. All right, friends, if you haven't already, get those TV dinners heated, pop open your Gala in a box and settle into your lazy boy, because it's time to start the show. Back to you, Johnny.
Welcome back, folks. I'd like to think that tonight's show was comfort food for the soul in its day. And while we cannot turn back the clock to easier times, we can help others right now. What we're all personally experiencing in these unprecedented times is dramatically heightened by those without even the most basic of needs. But JFS is there to help. When one can no longer feed their family, JFS is there through the Jacobson Family Food Pantry. When a senior can no longer cook for themselves, the JFS Adela Leb and Les Nachman Meals on Wheels program is there to bring nutritious meals to their door. When one is suffering from anxiety and depression, JFS is there to offer counseling and telehealth. When one is unable to pay their rent, electricity, or unforeseen emergencies, JFS is there with financial assistance. When one has lost their job and needs help to find or retrain for employment, JFS is there through career and employment services. JFS has always been there, but even more so since the pandemic began. Tonight, we're honoring the JFS essential workers and volunteers who have put themselves on the front line to ensure nobody is left behind. And later in the evening, we'll be raising funds for COVID-19 relief. I know this generous crowd will meet the challenge of our times today and help those who so desperately need you. So at this time, please help me welcome Tyson Baker, our auctioneer for this evening, who will start us off with our famous live auction.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Johnny. And hello, Autumn.
Hi there, Tyson.
So good to see you. Lovely dress tonight, by the way. And I love your jeweled necklace. Wow, that is beautiful. I'm Tyson Baker with Baker Auction Company, and I'm truly honored to be here tonight. Thank you to everyone that is joining us this evening, and a major shout out and thank you to our sponsors. Without your support, tonight's event would have not been possible. Now, tonight is all about showing our support for the incredible work that JFS does by raising the funds they need to continue their extremely important services and programs, especially during these unprecedented times. Before we begin, I want to ensure no one missed the information earlier that Autumn had provided on how to participate in the very fun and exciting live auction this evening. Let's briefly review how to do this. Everyone simply go to bidpal.net/Rails JFS Gala on your computer or mobile device, or text Rails JFS Gala to 243-725. Again, all in the bottom line ticker here. If everyone's following along, just make sure you do that. You just log in using the credentials that you set up at registration. If you did not have a chance to pre-register, you can still go to the website now and click the sign in to access the auction items. Again, if you'd like to participate tonight and pay with a check, that is perfectly fine. All you'll have to do is use the same method as everybody is now, and then simply call JFS between 8 a.m. and noon tomorrow and let them know that check is what you prefer. The number's on the screen now, right here below. I'll give you a little bit of time to write that down. If anybody has any questions, obviously you can jump in the chats. We'll put that out there. Just so you know, the credit cards will not be charged till tomorrow afternoon, so you have lots of time to put this request in. One more key note. You may experience slight lag in your streaming this evening, but do not worry. I'll give everyone ample opportunity to get those bids in, and make sure you're always following that device. It will always be real time, whatever you're using, your tablet, your iPad, your Samsung, whatever it is, okay? Now listen, tonight we have 3 spectacular live auction items available for you, but only 3. So don't hold out, because they'll be gone before you know it. Let's raise some money for Rails Jewish Family Services. All right, it's my favorite time. Come on, everybody. It's sale time. It's fundraising time. Autumn, tell us about live auction item number 1 this evening.
Oh, absolutely, Tyson. I want you to imagine the sun-soaked hill towns of central Italy. They offer what to many is the quintessential Italian experience. Slow down and enjoy the pace of the countryside so you can savor the delights that this region offers. Made famous in the novel and movie Under the Tuscan Sun, Cortona is rich with historic churches, including the Duomo, Cortona's Renaissance Cathedral, 16th century farmhouses, and atmospheric inoteche, serving famously tasty wines and homemade pasta. Stroll through town and you'll be rewarded with fabulous views of the countryside along the medieval town walls. Now, this experience includes a 7-night stay in a private villa for up to 4 people in Tuscany, daily chef-prepared breakfast, truffle hunting, tasting, and lunch, daily maid service, Windspire booking and concierge services, and my friends, 2 years to book this trip of a lifetime. This package is for a Saturday to Saturday stay for up to 4 people, and upgrades to a larger villa may be available for a fee if you wish to bring additional guests.
Wow. You want to talk about a trip of a lifetime. You know, one of my favorite things you said about there is that there's 2 years to book with a full concierge service. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful villa that you get to go to, a wonderful country you get to go visit. I mean, we're talking about all the amenities, and all we have to do is have the urge. Now, we know exactly where this money is going to tonight. Okay, it's going to a wonderful cause for so many services, so many programs. We're about to have so much fun. Is everybody ready out there? Get on those bidding devices. We're going to start down low. It does not matter where we start tonight, but it matters where we end, and it matters how much money we raise. Here it is. Auction's underway. This is going to be live auction item number 2. If you're searching in your BidPal or you're on your app, look for number 2 is what you're looking for. Even though this is live auction item number 1, this is going to be number 2 on your BidPal app or on your website that you're looking for. Here it is. Auction's underway. Somebody give right there. Somebody get 500 and go. Get 5. It's $500 on 5. Thinking now $1,000 here, there, 1,000. And now $1,000 on there. And 1,500. Thinking now 15, now 2. And now 2. There ain't going to be 2. And again, now $2,000 here. And damn, need to get 2. And now 2. There, now 25. And now 25. Be able to get $2,500 on there too. Here ain't going to be 25. And now 25. What about $2,500? I got 2,000 bid. I need 25 where? Get 25 again. And now 25 here to get $2,500 on there. 2,000's bid. I need 2,500. Go ahead. Get 25. And now $2,500 on. Going to be 25. And now 25. We get her 25. Thinking now 3. And now 3. There ain't going to be $3,000. A trip of a lifetime. We're talking about 2 years to book. The great news is that when we have some certainty, right, Autumn, when we know we can travel again, it's great that we can take this trip in 2021 or 2022, right?
And wouldn't this be the kind of trip that makes you want to travel, but gives you something to look forward to?
Oh, I couldn't agree anymore. I got 3,000 bid. Need 35 again. Get 3,500. And now 35 where? I got 35. Able to get the $3,500 on 3. Now 35. And now 35. Taking now 4. And now 4,000. Quicker now. $4,000 on there. And 35. Able to get 4. And now 3. There ain't going to be 3,500. Now 4. I got 35 bid. I need $4,000 out there. Get 4. And now 4,000 where? Give $4,000 here and there. And hey to get 4. I got 4,000 bid. I need 45 where? Get 4,500. And now 45. Able to get 45. Go ahead, get 45. And now $4,500. I got Greg in at $4,000. I need 4,500 where? Get 45. And now 45. Taking now 5. I got Stephanie now. It's a battle between Greg and Stephanie. 45. Hey, to get 5. And now $5,000 here and there. Hey, to get 5. Now again, if you are having any issues, there's wonderful people helping in the chat from JFS team, okay? And everything is on your app that you're watching with your cell phone, your tablet, your iPad. It's all there. Trip of a lifetime. 2 years to book, full concierge. All you have to say is, I'd like to go during these dates, and they take care of the whole thing for you. All you have to do is have the urge to go. I got 5,000 bid. Give 55. Is that real? Brado, reload. 5,000, 5,500. Stay in there. 5 there, and going to be 55. And now $5,500 on there and 55. Do it again there and get $5,500 on there and 55. Greg's in the lead for 5,000. Who else out there? Get 55. And now $5,500 on, going to be 55. Thank you. Now $6,000. I got 55 bid. Need 6,000 where? Give 6. And again there and get $6,000 on there, and 55 here and there, and going to be $6,000. I got a head-to-head battle the whole way. Stephanie and Greg all the way are all in here. 55, 6,000. Thank you. Now 65 where? And now $6,500 on there. 6,000's on. Able to get that 65, and now 6,000's on. 65 where? If you're trying to go book this out somewhere first of all, the money that you pay to those people that you book it with is not going to go back and support JFS. So always think about that. And again, we've had a wonderful battle so far between Greg and Stephanie. Jump in here. Do not miss this first item. Like I said, Autumn, we've only got 3 live auction items.
That's right, and they're going to go fast, and all of that money raised is going to a fantastic cause. So let's play.
Here it is, 65, and now $6,500 on, going to be 65, but again there in 65, and now $6,500 on there in 65. I got 6,000 bids, 65 where? And now $6,500 on, you get it there in 65, and now $6,500 on again there in 65, and now 65, come on, get $6,500 on, able to get the 65, and now 5 there and here to get 65, thank you, now 7, and now $7,000. I got Stephanie in for 65, need 7,000 where? Give 7, sure you would, and now $7,000 on there, $6,500 on, going to be 7,000. This is going to be last and final call if you'd like to jump in. 65's on, 7,000 where? Hit $7,000 on there, and even money here, there, and going to be $7,000 here, there, and going to be 7. 65's on there, and going to be $7,000 for them there, and here to give 7, and I sold them $6,500. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Wow, what a battle. What a great way to kick off the night, Autumn. Let's talk about another fantastic opportunity for a trip they can go on.
Absolutely, and whoever snags this next package has the luck of the Irish on their side. It's the Emerald Isle. It's a golfing mecca. Unique as a golfing destination, Ireland is home to the highest number of true links golf courses. Many of Ireland's iconic sites are within easy reach, so you can enjoy the historic spots and the stunning views. And don't forget the legendary 19th hole. The crack in Ireland is great, both on and off the course. This experience includes 1 night at Cassidy's Hotel in Dublin, 2 nights at Randall's Court Hotel in Killarney, 2 nights at the Old Ground Hotel in Innes, 1 night at the Carton House Hotel and Golf Club in Dublin, which also includes a 3-course dinner for 2, daily breakfast for 2, 2 rounds of golf at multiple golf courses in the area, 2 VIP tickets to the Guinness Storehouse, a 6-day rental of a manual car, and Windspire booking and concierge services, and you guessed it, 2 years to take this trip to paradise.
Wow. In paradise is exactly what it is. If there's some true golf fans out there, an opportunity to go to Ireland to play some of these courses with just some of the most beautiful history you can find out there. And again, Windspire is doing such a great job with their concierge service. And again, you're 2 years to book. 2 years to book. We want to go do this next fall. We can do it next fall. We can do it in 2020. Wonderful thing is that we can give this for birthday presents. We can give this for anniversaries coming up. I mean, we can give it for a lot of things. And tonight, know, again, that this money is going right towards the JFS, to our services and our program. Again, we're going to start off low, get everybody playing the game. That green button that says bid, that's the one you want to bid on. Everyone, this should be live auction item number 3 on your Bid Pal app, okay? If you're there, or if you're on the website, wherever you're at, hit it, boys. Here it is right there. Somebody give right there. We got to go. 500 to go. Get 5. Hit $500 on 5. Taking $1,000. Got to go. Get $1,000 here and there and hit it now. $1,000 here there and going to be 1,000. And now $1,000 here there and get $1,000. Taking 15 where? And now $1,500 on there and the 1,000's big. Going to be 15 where? Now 1,500. And now 1,000's on there and going to be 1,500 for him. 15. Taking now 2. And now 2 there and hey to get 2. I got 15 bid. Need 2,000 where? And now 2. And now 2 there and hey to get 2. $2,000 here and there and going to be 2. Now I know I'm an auctioneer and sometimes I talk fast. But even if I'm talking fast, that bid on your mobile app is even faster than I am. It's real time. It'll always tell you where we're at. It'll always tell you when. Let me see who's in. Brado. 15 there and going to be 2. And now 2 there and 15's on going to be 2. And now 2. Now 25 taking now 3. And now pay attention now. $3,000 on 25. Hey to get 3. I got 25 bid. Need 3,000 where? Get 3. And now 3 there and going to be 3. And now 3 there and going to be $3,000 for them there. 25 going to be 3. You get 3,000. Sure you did. $3,000. Jump back in. Get 3. And now 35. I got 2 the same bidders jumping back in, wanting in on this one here. Here it is. It says, oops, site crashed in the chats. Now, make sure you sometimes reload the page. Now, I understand technology, okay, and we've seen it happen before where we've had to do a simple reload or a refresh on the page, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It Happens. We've all gotten used to it.
Absolutely. You know, the great thing is about we've made the shift to go virtually tonight, okay? And I know it's new for some, but it's so great to know that a lot of us are at home supporting such a wonderful cause and being able to do it and know that we're going to raise a phenomenal amount of money tonight, and it's just going to be beautiful. So we appreciate everyone at home. Hopefully you're comfortable. Hopefully you're all with your loved ones. 3,000, now 35, and now 35. Just reloaded. I like it. Thank you. And now 3,500. She reloaded. We're back in. 35. Thank you. Now 4. And now $4,000 here. Trip of a lifetime. Where are my golfers at? Now, when I go play golf, I do a lot of really is. I lose a lot of golf balls. That's why I take my dog with me. She's a really good retriever. Okay, them golf balls, they get expensive when you lose 5, 10 of them around. Okay, 35. Now 4,000. Where? Get 4. And now $4,000 on again. There, $4,000 here. There, and hey to get 4. And now 4. There, going to be $4,000. I got 4,000 bid. Need 45. And now $4,500 on. Going to be 45. And now 45. Able to get the $4,500. Make sure everyone's following along on your BidPal app on your device you're bidding with. Get 45. And now $4,500 on. Going to be 45. And now 45. Able to get the 45. I got 45. Thank you. Now 5,000. Where? Get 5. And now 5,000. Reload. Brado, get 5. And now $5,000 here. There. 55. Thank you. Now $6,000. And now $6,000. Tommy, you put me out there. $6,000. Got to be one below when you do that next time. $6,000. $6,000 on there and going to be 6. And now $6,000 on there. 55. I'm here to give that $6,000 for him there. And 55 is there and going to be 6. 55 there and going to be $6,000 on there and 6,000. Last and final call if we want them. $6,000 on there. 55 here. Then going to be 6,000. $6,000. And I sold them. 5,500. Enjoy that trip. You bet, Greg. All right. Oh my goodness. We're here. We're here for our last and final live auction item, and no better person to talk about this because I don't know much about it, but I can tell you who does. Autumn does. Tell them about this sweet, beautiful piece.
Oh boy, and this really is a beauty. If you haven't chosen the perfect gift for the last night of Hanukkah for your sweetheart, well, here's your opportunity. This beauty will definitely appeal to any lady with a love for the sparkle. An elegant opera-length necklace features 14-karat white gold and contains 9.5 carats worth of diamonds. The diamonds are GH in color and VSSI1 in clarity. What makes this necklace so fabulous is that it is 30 inches in length. Absolutely beautiful to wear as a long standalone statement piece or in a fabulously layered look with other necklaces. This stunning piece is donated by our friends Lisa and David Goodman.
Wow. And again, we can't say thank you enough to Lisa and David Goodman for the wonderful, wonderful donated piece. Really a beautiful piece. And again, if we're out here and we're thinking like end of the year, we want to celebrate a nice little piece, here's where we want to buy it, and here's where we want to donate our money. Because again, we know where this money stays. It stays right here in the JFS programs. It stays right here in all the services that they're doing. So here it is, our last and final live auction. Everyone has to get in for this one here. Doesn't matter where we start, it matters where we end. This right here has a big value on it. Somebody give right there. Here it is. Somebody give $1,000 and go. Give 1,000. We got to go, boys. 1,000, 1,500. 15's on, going to be 2. And now 15's on there and $1,000 here. There, going to be 15. They to get that 15. Again there in 1,500. You see the number 15 down there and going to be 2. And now 2 there and hey to get 2. And now 15's on there and going to be $2,000 here and there and 15. Come on, give 2. And now 15's on there and going to be $2,000 on everybody now. 15, now 2. And now $2,000, 2. Taking the 25. And now 25. And again there and get $2,500 on there too. I got Harriet in for 2. I need 25. Let's go. Get 25. And now 2,500. 25. Taking now 3. And now 3 there and going to be $3,000. I got 25 in. Get 3. Harriet, we're out. I need 3,000 again there and get 3. And now 3 there and going to be $3,000 on. Get 3. And now 25. Able to get 3. Whip him now. 35. And now 3,000 on. Get 35. And now $3,500. I got Harriet in for 35. Need forward again. Get 4. $4,000. And now 4 where? I got 35 big. Get $4,000. Get 4. And now $4,000 on there and 35. What about 4? And now 4. Thank you. Now 45. And now 45. I got 3 or 4 of you in there. This is what we're talking about. This is how an auction goes now. 4,000's on going to be 45. Now 5,000. Thank you. Now 55. And again, $5,500 on going to be 55. Don't worry about it. Listen, 55. And now $5,500 on going to be 55. And now $5,500 on, but quicker now. $5,500 on going to be 55. Thank you. Now 6. And now $6,000. $6,000. Here we are. We're about half price. I was asking the gals who were putting this thing together. I said, what is a piece like this worth? Something I know that I can't go down and afford, but they said it's something around $13,000 to $15,000 value for this piece right here. What a beautiful, beautiful donation. Again, thank you so much. And I got 6,000 bid. 6,500. Your money you're spending, but you know where it's going. 6,000's on. 65. Leave it. 6,000's on. Going to be 65. And now 6,500. I got Larry Blair in for 6,000. Harry, if you want to jump back in for 65, it's all on you. Give 65. Reload it though, Tommy, so I can see. 65. That a boy. $6,500 on. Going to be 65. And now 65. Thank you. Now 7. And now $7,000 on there. Harriet's in for 65. And now 7,000 where? Give 7. And now 7,000. Larry, we got to come back now. Here it is. $7,000. And now $7,000 in the auction is just every other time it's our turn, and it's your turn, and I will let you know when it gets too high. We're just not quite there yet. $7,000, 65 there, and going to be 7 where? And now $7,000 on there, $6,500 on, going to be 7. And now 7 where? Then going to be $7,000 for them there, 65's on, they're going to be 7. $7,000. I'm going to get ready to give a last and final call. But Larry, I want to make sure you get all the opportunity to jump in there. 65's bid with Harriet all the way. It needs $7,000. $7,000. Don't miss the opportunity to have this beautiful piece right here. 7,000. And didn't you say it's like 14 carats?
It is a stunner of a piece. And you know, when you talk about the value of this piece, yes, you're getting a steal of a deal, but let's think about what we're doing with the funds that we're raising tonight. And this incredible piece was donated by the Goodman family. So let's make sure that we thank them appropriately for that donation and raise some much needed money for JFS right now. Let's play.
That's it. 65, now 7. Now you keep doing that good of a job, Autumn. You're going to turn into an auctioneer. 65, and now $7,000 on there. $6,500 on to get 7,000. Are we all done? We're going to put this thing in a bank. 65, $7,000 on there. 65. I got 7,000. Now they came back. Now 75, and now 7,000. Here to get $7,500 on. 7,000 even money. Now 75. Larry, you want to jump back in? Get 75. Hit 75. We get her? Looks like we got her. 75. Thank you. Now 8. And now $8,000. Susan says, you know what? I can always jump in the race anytime I would like. And we like that, Susan. Thank you so much. 75. Now 8,000. Harriet, we got company. Jump back in. $8,000 here, there, and going to be 8. And now 8 there, and here to give $8,000 on. 75 is the bid. Need $8,000. We know where this money is going. This is so much fun when we know we're spending money. We know we're getting a wonderful piece for it. It just makes your heart feel good. $8,000. 85 where? Give $8,500 on. Going to be 85. And now $8,500 on. Going to be $8,500. Isn't it the last night of Hanukkah?
It is the last night of Hanukkah, and I do believe that this would make a fantastic gift.
Oh, I just now remember that. It is the last night, and here's our opportunity. Susan's in, 75, $8,000. We're going to give last and final call, but I got 8,000. Thank you. Now 8,500. Anytime I say that, okay, we get another bid in. It's amazing. I got Susan in for 8. Need 8,500. Harriet, we're all the way out. I got Susan in. $8,500 on. Going to be 85. Let's make this thing bring $10,000. $8,500 phone. Going to be 85. And now $8,500 on there. 8 here and going to be 85. Are we all done? We're going to put this one in the bank. 8,500. $8,500 here, there, and going to be 85. Last and final call for 8,500. We're going to reload and see. 8,500. And I sold them. $8,000. Susan gets them. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much. That's such a fun race when they do that. That's such a fun race. And just like that, we've wrapped up our live auction this evening. And wow, this audience really knows how to have a good time and, of course, raise a lot of money. I told you, this one would be a fast one.
Boy, Tyson, that was a whirlwind and a lot of fun. And I definitely don't want to be an auctioneer. You got the cake there, Betty. But I know we are not anywhere near done raising money just yet. So don't change that channel.
That's right, Autumn. We all know that 2020 has been a roller coaster and arguably with more downs than ups. And we have all felt the struggles. And understandably, as a result, children, family, seniors, citizens who look to these programs and services, they know that JFS provides. They know that there's help there more than ever. And I'm going to give you an example. Food insecurities. All over our nation, food banks are struggling to meet the demand to those requesting these services. But JFS has increased their number of people getting the food from the Jacobson Family Food Pantry as a result of this. Additionally, we are offering a delivery service for our most vulnerable population that are unable to leave the safety of their home. During these times, it is the JFS staff, volunteers, that are stepping up. They have been in the front lines, delivering the food and helping those truly in need. Tonight, we'd like to honor these frontline workers and provide a small glimpse into the heroic work that they are doing each and every day.
In times like these, everything comes into perspective. Our focus has been shifted from what we thought was important to what truly matters most. As these challenging times make us more introspective, the things and people that we have taken for granted become unmistakable. We have been asked to move inside for the greater good, and as we do, we get a glimpse of the heroes who have been around us all along. These men and women are not wearing boots or capes, but instead gloves and masks. They're out there delivering food to those who can't leave their homes. They're connecting virtually with the vulnerable to provide insight, help, and community. They're offering a compassionate ear and direction for those who are searching for new jobs. They're restocking shelves and keeping seniors entertained. They're making sure bills are paid through programs and financial aid. Even though it feels like the world is spinning out of control, these people keep us moving in the right direction. They're putting themselves at risk to do what needs to be done, to give us the hope of a way forward. The truth is, the world has overlooked them for far too long, but we know that they aren't just essential, they are fundamental. To all of the courageous heroes fighting on the front line, know that you are seen, you are heard, and you are appreciated. We will do our best to protect you. We will stay inside and cheer you on from a distance. We will honor your efforts and support you. But perhaps the best thing we can say or do is to simply offer our gratitude. From the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful video. And thank you to all of you out there who are joining us tonight. We are so grateful for your support that you've provided thus far. COVID-19 has changed our world forever, and this unexpected crisis forced JFS to quickly change the way that we provide services. Fortunately, our programs never stopped throughout this time. We are still here for those who lost their jobs and couldn't feed their families. We are still here for those who couldn't pay their bills and faced eviction, and for many vulnerable seniors and Holocaust survivors who haven't left their homes since March. We are still here to support individuals, families who have to overcome the anxiety, stress, isolation, depression due to this pandemic. JFS is here, ensuring that the needs of our community were met. JFS will always be here, continuing to provide support as our needs continue to grow exponentially as this pandemic lingers on. But we can't do it alone. And this is why your support is so vital to JFS, so that we can continue to be here for those who are most vulnerable. So let's begin. Everyone right now, this is more important than ever. Get on those bidding devices, your cell phones, your tablets, your iPads, and everyone go right to the One Cause app. Right here on the bottom ticker, as you can see. The same one we use for the silent auction and the live auction. During this portion, you're simply going to click the Make a Donation tab or item number 1. This is how we will be giving tonight, with the simple click of a button. Now, I've got some very exciting news for this evening, because we are thrilled to kick this evening off with a very, very special announcement. I have an announcement that we have a $200,000 matching challenge from Mason slain this evening. Truly incredible. That means any gifts made tonight during the Call to Heart will be generously matched all the way up to $200,000. Your dollar turns into two. Your 1,000 turns into 2,000. Your 10,000 turns into $20,000. Truly incredible. Thank you so much, Mason. And what an incredible way to start the evening. Autumn, let's discuss our first impact level tonight. Take him right to it.
Tyson, our first level of giving is at the $25,000 and above. Now, all of the funds that are raised tonight will be used to support COVID relief efforts at JFS. But a donation at the $25,000 and above level will provide an entire year of food for 21 households through the Jacobson Family Food Pantry. Now, the Jacobson Family Food Pantry responds to community food insecurity needs annually with 200,000 pounds of food distributed. That's a cost of nearly $790,000 a year. So we're looking for you to step up and to support at a $25,000 and above level right now.
And just so amazing, like you said, 21 households for an entire year. Food is such a necessity. And it's just truly incredible knowing that we have such a great audience out there, such great givers, such great people that want to help other people. It's truly amazing to be in front of you tonight. And if you take a look at this, Autumn, which is just incredible, right out of the gate, Judy Levis-Krug has just stepped up to make a leadership gift tonight of $50,000 towards our match. That is so incredible right now. Because of that $50,000 with the match, we just raised $100,000 with a click of a button. Judy, thank you so much, and that is so great. Who would like to join Judy and be a part of this leadership gift? Again, we're at the $25,000 and above level out there tonight. Who out there would like to step up and make another gift donation at this level? Got one that just came in there. I've heard a lot about this family. For $25,000, Merrill and Ron Gallatin. Wow. Thank you. That is so incredible. That's $75,000 raised at that level so far. This is truly, truly inspiring. It's so great to see what we're doing out there and knowing that we're feeding so many people. Not to mention, we're already at $150,000 raised because of Mason's match. Who else out there right now would like to help us get to the level above and beyond? Because we have that goal and we have that matching, but we'd like to go above and beyond tonight. Anybody else out there for $25,000? You know, there's more things out there, Autumn, that you can talk about at this level.
You know, absolutely. I mean, it probably doesn't need to be reinforced, but I'm going to reinforce it. Due to COVID, families, single parents, the elderly, those folks in our community, they have a need like never before, and they are coming forward as a result of job loss, reduction of work hours, or just less income in general. And one of those needs is access to this food pantry and to making sure that we can provide for their family and to give them some help. Look at this, Tyson. I think we just had another $25,000 donation.
Yes, we did. Dan and Shelly Snyder. Wow. A $25,000 gift. That means we have raised $100,000 at this level, and with the match, we've raised $200,000. We still have another $100,000 to match and then go above and beyond that goal. We are feeding so many households right now. We're feeding 84 households right now for the entire year based upon those donations alone. And then with the match, we get to double that to 168 families, households for an entire year. This is so incredible. I love being a part. This is so inspiring is really what it is when you see how much they can get behind something like this. You know what I mean?
Phenomenal. And you know, Tyson, I don't know if this is an appropriate time to sort of move to the next level because we don't want to overlook a donation at this level. If you feel called to give at the $25,000 and above level, please do that and we will make sure to recognize your donation. But I think we will take it on to our next level of giving. It is a level full of life and a level full of hope. It is our 18,000 and above level. Now, since March, the Jacobson Family Food Pantry has added 20 brand new households, bringing their total to 650 households that rely on the food pantry for donations. You know that this includes children and young families and seniors and our dear Holocaust survivors in our community. So we're looking for donations at an 18,000 and above level to make sure that we can feed the 650 households for an entire month. And we know that there will likely be a greater call for access to the food pantry. So who's with us? Who wants to join at this 18,000 and above level right now?
I love this level, and I love that we can give 18,000 and above. And it really, there's some incredible people out there that I know that are watching that are thinking about 650 families in a month that we can help with a gift at this level. And kicking us off at this level, one of our longtime supporters, a namesake that we all know, Jacobson Family Food Pantry. Annie and Norman Jacobson have reached out and gave us a $20,000 gift at this level. So amazing. They're already doing so much, and that just shows how much they care about what they're doing. Thank you so much to the Jacobson family. Thank you for all that you're doing. Now, who would like to match at this 18,000 and above level? Anybody out there? Because again, now we've raised over $120,000 so far towards our $200,000 match. And we're going to go well above and beyond that because we've got other levels and we've got more people to help at each one of these levels out there. So again, we're talking about 650 households in a single month right here for this amount. And you know, honestly, we talked about it. It's probably one of the most sought after things we need is food. It's one of the most important. Some of them can't get out there and go get it. They've just created so many programs to go do that. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's a real level of personal respect to be able to come home, to prepare a meal for your family, to gather together. That it creates a sense of confidence and a sense that you've got this, you're gonna be all right. And that's what the Jacobson Family Food Pantry is doing for these 650 families and what you help contribute to with your donation tonight.
That's right. Again, we thank the Norman family for their $20,000 gift. We thank everyone above the $25,000, the $50,000, and the money we've raised so far. And we'll keep these levels open as we continually move down. But we want to make sure we always thank everybody because it really means so much to JFS. And let's keep this moving. Let's keep on going down the levels. Autumn, let's take them to the next level and talk about the impact it has.
Absolutely, Tyson. We are now moving into our 10,000 and above level. Now, a $10,000 donation will provide 250 hours of affordable mental health counseling to those experiencing anxiety, stress, depression as a result of this pandemic. We all get it. There has been an increase in a need for counseling services. These services are needed due to the rise in isolation, depression, anxiety, unfortunately child abuse, spouse abuse, and substance abuse that comes along with depression. Since closing our offices in March, JFS counselors have continued to provide much-needed counseling and mental health services through online platforms. Now, the funds that we are raising will help ensure that when someone in our community needs a helping hand, we are ready to take their call.
I think you just nailed it. We give you examples at each one of these levels at what it could do. Understand that JFS team will distribute this money towards exactly where it needs to go. We just show you that this money, this kind of impact, what it can go towards. Counselors more than ever are so important. And we know that just like this being virtual, that there's still people out there who need help, much like our families that need help out there right now, much like our senior citizens that need help out there right now. We know that there's people that need the help. And so with each one of these $10,000 gifts, we know that it's going to be big help. Now, right out of the gate, I want to say a big thank you because we just had this one come in. Shirley and Bart Wiseman just came in for a $10,000 gift. And that is, and I know they've been longtime JFS supporters and a big namesake in the beloved Delray Community Center. So thank you so much for that $10,000 gift. And look at this, matching that $10,000 gift right behind them is Harriet and Ed Levine. Wow, for a $10,000 gift. Thank you so much. That's $20,000 raised at this level. That's $140,000 raised overall. That's $280,000 raised with the match so far in our paddle tonight. This is truly incredible. Oh, look at this. Velia Sweet. Yes, Velia, that's right. $10,000. And Sherry Samuels, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this $10,000 gift. That is so kind. That's $30,000 raised at this level right there. Also, here comes another one. Ida and Cliff Viner for $10,000. That takes us to $160,000 raised tonight. Truly incredible. Blow that back up. Let me see it. Neil, is that right? Neil Barrett's, is that who it is? Neil Barrett's for $10,000. Wow. Thank you, Neil. Thank you to everyone out there. This $10,000 level totally blew up. An amazing amount of money raised right there. We're at $170,000 raised right now. Truly inspiring. Like I said before, I'm happy to be a part of nights like this. It just makes us all feel like we're doing something, and we know there's people out there that can really, really, really use the help. Anybody else out there want to help match these $10,000 gifts? Because again, you talked about the counselors, 250 hours. I mean, there's so much that $10,000 could help.
Well, and this is a time when we need to know that there's someone in our community who's ready to listen, ready to respond. We're not alone. And so these funds are so critical in our community right now. And thank you to all of you who've stepped up and said, yes, I want to help. We're not done yet, though. We've got a little more to do. We're not done.
That's right. Again, anybody else out there want to match the $10,000 gift level out there? Because if you do, we'll take it. And if not, we're going to go ahead and move on and again say a thank you to everyone out there. So kind of you. Let's move on to the next level. And they're all important. And this is an ever so important. Autumn?
That's right. We're going to talk about a $5,000 and above level. Now, $5,000 can mean the difference between someone being able to stay in their home or to become homeless. The need for financial assistance has doubled since the pandemic began. Donations at the $5,000 level will help cover essential expenses such as rent and utilities and car payments, health insurance, and to more households, including our Holocaust survivors in our community. And and let's be honest, this is about integrity. This is about making sure we can stay safe at home, making sure we can keep that roof over our head, but more importantly, making sure that we feel like we belong and we're taken care of. So we're looking for you to step in right now at this $5,000 and above level. Help us make this happen for members of our community.
You nailed it. And I think you touched on it earlier, Autumn, that really brought something home to me, is talking about how much you feel more at home when you have a home. When you can have these bills taken care of because unexpected times hit you. And when you can be there with your family and know you don't have to necessarily get kicked out that month and have to worry about how this is all going to come together. Truly amazing what $5,000 can do at this level. And check this out. Bernard Friedman kicked us off for a $5,000 gift. And right behind that with a match is Karen and Mark Dern. Thank you. That is $10,000 raised right out of the gate with 2 clicks of the button. And we just know that we're really helping people get these bills taken care of. We're really helping people stay together as a family. And we know that if we can help them stay together as a family, they may not have to use these counseling services. Okay? There are people out there who are really help looking for a job. I know it's part of your programs and services. Right at this $5,000 level, giving them the opportunity to stay together as a family is so crucial. So again, thank you. That puts us at $180,000 raised just alone. The match, that's $360,000, not even counting the live auction tonight. This is so incredible. Again, this is so incredible. Is that for the 5? Is that Abby? Abby Becker for $5,000 just came in. Thank you so much. $15,000 raised at this level. So incredible. One more $5,000 gift gets us to $20,000 raised at the $5,000 level alone. And again, this is $5,000 and above. If we missed anywhere in there, please just let us know. Just let us know if we missed anywhere in here. We will want to say thank you to everybody. Anybody else out there for a $5,000 gift out there? If not, we want to say thank you to everyone who contributed the $5,000 level. And again, everyone who's contributed all the way up. Big round of applause. And we're going to keep moving on. And this next level is a very popular one. We're going to move on to the $1,800 level. With your $1,800 donation, you'll provide a Holocaust survivor with hot kosher meals for an entire year from Adele Loeb and Les Nachman from Meals on Wheels program. There has been a 41% increase in the number of food insecure older adults and Holocaust survivors who now rely on JFS to deliver weekly prepared meals through Meals on Wheels program. The Meals on Wheels program provides a safer at-home option for the delivery of food. $1,800 helps us make sure that our elderly, our grandparents, or some of the people that are watching out there, you remain safe. And that is so important. I would like to keep my grandparents safe. And I know that if having something like this where we can have prepared meals set up by the wonderful staff and volunteers at JFS would help so much. And we appreciate you implementing this in part of your service program. It's truly inspiring. Do we have a $1,800? I think we had a couple in there, right? No $1,800 yet. I thought I saw something pop up on the screen there. That's okay. Oh, yes, we do. Jeffrey, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Jeffrey, and Ida Zimmerman for $1,800. Thank you so kindly. We appreciate that. Who else out there for the $1,800 gift? Oh, Ida Zimmerman wanted to do 2 times. We'll take that, Ida. Thank you so much. That is allowed. That is allowed because this is $1,800 and up, right, Hodem?
That's right.
$1,800 and up. And I think that we also know that every time we donate, we feel good. We feel good. Though, look at this. Lorraine gave a $2,500 gift. Lorraine, thank you for your $2,500 gift. We appreciate you so much for your contribution. Again, this is $1,800 and up. We will take it because it all matters and we all know where it goes. Anybody else out there for the $1,800 and up level? I hate to break the news, but I think we're well on our way to our $200,000 match, and I think we're above there, but I don't want to ruin our momentum. Is that Ellen? Is she for $1,800? Is that correct?
There
Yes.
she is.
Ellen Channing, thank you so much for your $1,800 gift. And I want to give everyone a little bit of time here. Make sure you're following along, right? Whatever device you're using, follow along. You're going to click on item number 1, which will take you right to where we are now, or you can click the Make a Donation tab. But it all makes a difference. And you spoke on this earlier before we went on show tonight, how important it was to keep the elderly safe, right?
Absolutely. And you know, Tyson, I think I don't want to cease our momentum here. I want to see these $1,800 and above gifts keep rolling on in. But I want to move on to talk about the $1,000 level. A $1,000 donation at this level, this is going to provide some job retraining for an individual who's lost their job and needs to change their career to rejoin the workforce. Now, over 600 people who've been unemployed due to the pandemic and COVID have been attending online workshops and individual consulting with our career and employment team. Now, note this, 600, that's the same number of people JFS served in the entirety of last year with this program. The demand is high, and unfortunately, we're pretty sure it's going to get a little higher. So we're looking for $1,000 gift right now to make sure that we can continue to provide support for folks who want to re-enter the workforce and just need some job training. And Tyson, I do believe we've got some donors who've stepped in. Why don't I let you call those out? You're so good at it.
Well, Deborah Rail stepped in for $1,800.
Thank you.
And we want to say thank you again. Even if we move on the levels, you can always give at that level or above at any point in time or whatever you feel comfortable at. We've got a couple of people that came in for $1,500 there. Scroll on down for $1,500, Tommy, if you would, please. Oh, look, yeah, there it is. Alana and Sammy Cohen, thank you so much. We appreciate your $1,500 gift. Linda for $1,000. Thank you so much, Linda.
And Tyson, look at this. I think we just got a very significant gift from the Wisemans. $30,000? Is that right?
Where did this come in at? I didn't see it. Oh my goodness. I see it now right in front of my face if I was looking at the screen. $30,000 for the Wisemans. It is safe to say we have well went over our $200,000 match tonight from Mason Slane. We are on our way to an incredible goal tonight. So amazing. Do not get discouraged at any lower levels. You got to understand, it all adds up. It all makes a difference. Linda for your $1,000, and Andrea Korn, thank you so much for your $1,000. Robert Sugarman, thank you. Neil Meisel, thank you so much for yours. Lori, we appreciate your $1,000 gift. Mel Atlas, thank you so much. Ron Hoffner for your $1,000 gift. Is that Sheila Furr? Is that what it? Sheila, thank you. $1,800. Wow. The amount of support in this group is so incredible, you guys. I love being a part of this. Anybody else out there like to match these wonderful gifts coming in? Again, thank you to the Wisemans for putting us well over. Thank you to everyone at the $1,000 and above level. And I think they're still coming in. Did you get another one there? Just want to make sure. Because again, we're saying thank you to each and every one of you out there tonight. Now, I think we're going to move on to our last level of giving tonight. If you haven't had an opportunity to donate, I encourage you and consider giving at this level. We are striving for 100% participation, and we can count on every dollar raised going towards a beautiful service and a beautiful program.
That's right, Tyson. And I hope that you folks out there in TV land are doing a big happy dance, because we are well on our way to exceeding our fundraising goal. And we are at the $500 level. This level supports outreach programs that are serving families, individuals, or children with special needs. Now, JFS offers a wide range of programs designed to help members in our community with everything from after-school care to emotional support groups to activities and clubs that encourage socialization. And these services have not ceased because of the pandemic. In fact, JFS Outreach has provided virtual support groups to more than 400 participants, including virtual summer camp programs, bereavement and caregiving programs, coping with COVID, and mindfulness. And JFS Special Needs Department has hosted 70 support groups specifically geared toward those families in our community that have special needs. Your donation at the $500 level helps continue the development and delivery of these important outreach programs that are strengthening individuals, families, and our community.
I couldn't have said better words, Autumn. And all I'm going to do is call in all the people that have generously started giving here. We want to say Roger Levy gave 2 $500 gifts. Thank you so much. Madeline Seaman, thank you so much for your $500 gift. Melissa Hoffman for your $500 gift. Now, I know we've been doing levels and above, but I also want to recognize the people that gave at all these other levels. Roberta Ludwig, thank you for your $250 gift. Dan and Shelly Snyder for $250. Thank you so much. You gave earlier. You can always give more than once. For the $100 level, Robin, Bretta, Michelle, thank you. Matt, Cheryl, we appreciate y'all. Spencer, Mark, thank you. I mean, the support is just tremendous out there. We're going to keep this open. And I don't want to spoil any big numbers. Let me put it to you this way. We are well over the $200,000 match, which means we raised well over $400,000. I think I'm going to let JFS, when we're all done, when the dust settles, be able to tell everyone what we did tonight. But just feel good and know that we are so far above the $200,000 match tonight, and just it feels good to be a part of that. So great job. And I just have to say, what a very, very caring and generous crowd. And it truly shows what we can do when we all come together as one. Now, like I said, we're going to keep this open. And if there was a level that you'd like to give tonight that wasn't offered, you can simply put your username and the amount in any of the available chats out there, or simply use the One Cause app as you're doing now. It all adds up, and a gift of any amount will absolutely make a difference tonight. Again, we can't say thank you enough to all the gifts, and a very, very big thank you to Mason Slane for your truly amazing $200,000 match, which we hit. Thank you, Rails Jewish Family Services, and for everyone who participated. I'm truly honored to have shared this time with you. Everyone stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see everyone again soon. Autumn, take it away.
Thank you, Tyson. Oh my goodness. Thank you again to each of our donors for making tonight possible, for helping us achieve that match. I'm doing a little bit of a happy dance on the inside. And thank you to each of you for your support and for joining us tonight. Now, don't forget about the silent auction. That is still going on until 9 p.m. tonight. And as a reminder, if you would like to pay for any of your prize winnings or your donations this evening with a check, be sure to call JFS between 8 a.m. and noon tomorrow. Here's that phone number one more time: 561-852-5013. Well, you certainly don't want to leave just yet, because we've saved the best for last. I'm sending it back to you, Johnny.
Thank you all for your generosity. And thank you, Marilyn and Jay Weinberg, for bringing us our next guest. Through the years, we've all had the pleasure of being entertained with this multi-talented performer. Please give a warm welcome as I bring out the illustrious Jason Alexander.
Such a splendid day. Savor it now, 'cause you know in a blink it all could again too. Because I am here and that's so exciting for you. Tell the blues they aren't welcome here. Fill your heart with glee. Spread the news, go out and tell them we're celebrating me. Of all the places I could be today, I chose right here, it's true. So go on and crow, I know it's exciting for you. It's very clear, having me here is the highlight of your year. Such a big star, right where you are, does not happen daily. And it's good for me to be here with you, helping my fellow man make it through. It's good for my heart, and the best part is that they pay me. But enough about me, let's talk about you. Cause this is the time when your dreams can come true. The prime of your life, the best you can be. If you only had money or fame or talent, you would almost be me. So if you feel you can't constrain yourself, do what you must do. Go on and squeal, scream, shout, don't restrain yourself. I do that to me too. But when all is said and done, I'm just a man, humble and fantastic to you. I am here, no need to stand a fuss. I am here, I'm so magnanimous. Yeah, I am here, it's just so exciting for you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so nice. You're so generous. Thank you. Oh, standing ovation. I'm overwhelmed. Stop. I don't deserve that. It's too much, please. I mean, finish your thought, but... Hi there. I am Jason Alexander. And yes, it's true. I began my time with you singing the world's most obnoxious introductory song, written by my own hand, I might add. But just know that it's a joke. It was all written in fun. It does not reflect my attitude or my ego in any way. Even though I am an internationally beloved comedy superstar and occasional pin-up model, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, despite all my blessings, I'm still a bald man. So how good can my life really be? Seriously, thank you for having me here. Thank you for being here. Although by here, I mean there, and by there, I mean in your own home. That's how crazy things are. This pandemic has me thanking you for being in your own home. So nothing makes sense. Up is down, left is right, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. What I can and do thank you for is your support of the Rails Jewish Family Services. I'm sure that you know even better than I do how much this charity supports the most vulnerable members of your community. The number of programs for senior care and financial aid, the food pantry, mental health, it is simply extraordinary. And all of it has been ramped up during these difficult and challenging times. And to provide those services takes money. Money you have already generously donated. And yes, a few extra dollars are hard to come by for many these days. But if you can possibly afford to donate even a few more, you can make such a difference for the people around you who have so much less. So please hit the donation button on your screen or on your mobile device and make sure you've done everything you can do to make this event and this organization the success that it deserves to be. And know that you're doing it for your neighbors, maybe even someone you love. And isn't that what Florida is all about? Love. Florida is the land of love. Am I right? Yes, sir. The land of love. And heat and humidity, monsoons, hurricanes, flooding, mosquitoes the size of quarters, roaches the size of Toyotas, and anacondas and alligators in your septic tank, and spring break, That glorious annual event when young, hormone-crazed, barely post-adolescents come from across the country to storm your beaches and celebrate their nearing adulthood by drinking, dancing, carousing, and vomiting. Florida's got it all. And all in the name of love. You even have a yearly invasion of love bugs. At least that's what my mother called them. And if what they're doing looks like love to you, you might need to call the mental health people at Rails Jewish Family Services. But I kid. Florida is fantastic. I've been to Florida many, many times. I grew up in New Jersey, and when I was a kid, once a year, my parents would pack me up into the back seat of the car, and we would drive south to spend a fun-filled week or two in the Sunshine State. And when I think back on those car rides, those exciting 2-day trips each way every year, sitting in the back of my parents' Chevy Impala, or when times were really good, a Cadillac, when I think back on those trips, it is a miracle that I am alive to speak with you today. First of all, I'm talking about the early 1960s, way before modern automobile safety standards were even a thought. I believe there were seatbelts in the car. I couldn't swear to that. I do know no human ever used them. My parents were always ensconced in the front seat. I had no choice on that. There was no lottery system, no voting that I was aware of. Apparently, the back seat was reserved for young people most likely to suffer from motion sickness. And that was the requirement that I filled so beautifully. So I would be shoved in that back seat with every item from our home that wasn't actual furniture. Books, crayons, stuffed animals, changes of clothing, snack items, water, soda, fruit juice in cans and bottles, all arranged in a large metal cooler piled high with ice. Musical instruments, binoculars, pillows, blankets, towels, other assorted linen, inflatable pool toys, snorkeling equipment, piles of unopened letters, a portable radio, a set of AAA triptych maps, a list of emergency phone numbers, a first aid kit, my mother's good jewelry that you don't trust in a suitcase, and one or two small suitcases they couldn't crowbar into the trunk. In the case of a crash, you wouldn't be able to find my body under that debris in less than a week. And the possibility of a crash was not out of the question, because my father was many, many extraordinary and wonderful things. But the platonic ideal of a good driver was not one of them, which is confounding, because my father was actually employed as a transit bus driver for 14 years. And that would imply that he was knowledgeable and competent behind the wheel. In reality, he was neither. First of all, my father never knew where the hell he was going. He once drove a chartered bus to Charleston, South Carolina, that had been chartered to Charleston, West Virginia. Neither he nor anyone on that bus was aware of that mistake until the passengers got off the bus and realized they were 396 miles from where they had intended to go. Now you might imagine that my dad felt bad about that. You'd be wrong. He eventually found out there are 22 towns named Charleston in the United States, and he would happily defend himself by saying, you know what, they're lucky I didn't drive them to Texas. Because that was my dad, always seeing the upside of things. Eventually, my dad was fired from driving a bus when he collided with a small truck after skidding his bus, filled with passengers, nearly 30 feet up a hill. The best stuntmen in Hollywood have tried to duplicate that feat and cannot do it. But for Dad, it was all in a day's drive. My dad's other driving challenge was speed. I always believed my father's motto was, if you don't know where the hell you're going, get there as quick as you can. So my dad was a chronic speeder, and he'd get nailed for it time after time, ticket after ticket. And you know, tickets are money. My parents did not have a lot of money, so this became a bone of contention. And by the time I was a kid, my mother had lost all patience with my father's driving, and she would scream like a murder victim during every car ride with him. Now, you may ask, why didn't my mother just drive? Well, my mother was not great with spatials. And let me say, before I get into this, my mother was one of the most accomplished women I have ever known. My mother was an important national figure in nursing. She was a highly experienced nurse, having worked in emergency rooms and operating rooms. She eventually created and ran an extremely successful hospital-based nursing school in New Jersey. So, no slouch, my mom. But the difference between something being 20 feet away or 3 feet away was more or less a coin toss for my mom. And as a result, my mom had an erratic foot on the gas pedal. She would floor that pedal to get the car up to cruising speed. But as soon as she was 10 car lengths behind the car in front of her, she'd panic, thinking she was about to rear-end the guy. So she'd hit the brakes and take the car back down to 5 or 6 miles an hour on the freeway. And then the car in front would put a little bit of distance between them, so she'd gun it again, and then immediately panic and feather back to that brake pedal. So the car had just a kind of a hint of jerkiness to it when Mom drove. And if you recall, the back seat was reserved for the motion sickness crowd. So Mom rarely drove when I was in the car. So on the Florida trips, Dad was in the driver's seat. And he'd be speeding like a bullet, and almost daily there'd be the siren and the cop and the ticket. And I remember on one trip, Dad felt we weren't making good time. So he's flying down the highway in Georgia, I believe. And a cop pulls us over, comes to the car, Dad rolls down the window, and my mother begins, "Give him a ticket, officer! He's a menace! Give him a damn ticket! He deserves it! He shouldn't have a license! He won't be happy until he kills someone! Give him a ticket! Give him 5 tickets! Because he's gonna do it again at least 5 times!" And she goes on and on and on until she runs out of air, I guess. And in the momentary silence, the officer, good Southern gentleman, just looks at my dad and goes, "Sir, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. You clearly have enough problems. Why don't you slow it down to the speed limit here in the state of Georgia? Thank you, Cat." And now for a little side story. A few years later, my dad had a huge heart attack. He recovered, but his doctor was very clear that his heart couldn't take any sudden surprises. No stress. So my mom could no longer scream at him in the car because she might startle him or stress him, and that would be bad. So quite brilliantly, she completely changed her technique for handling my father's horrible driving. The minute they got in the car, from the second my dad started the engine till the moment they got out, my mom would narrate every moment of the trip. So there was never any chance of startling my dad. An average ride, and I swear to God, an average ride would be her going, Dad starts the car, puts it in reverse, back out of the driveway, and the show would begin. "Be careful backing up, because there's a kid out on his bike, and the traffic is a nightmare, and I don't know if you know, but there's a stop sign on the corner, here it comes, start slowing down, and look both ways because you enter. There's a cop that's always hiding by the billboard for McDonald's, and it's not a major problem, but you just drove over a bird." And that's how we rolled. My mom sang more tunes in an automobile than I've done in my entire career on Broadway. Now, eventually, my folks retired to Florida, and that is where they both died. I don't blame Florida. I'm just stating the fact. A lot of Jewish people have died in Florida because there are a lot of Jewish people in Florida, and there have been for a very long time. Hence, the Jewish Family Services. You'll notice it's not the Latvian Orthodox family services because there aren't a lot of Latvian Orthodox families in Florida. But Jews, plenty. In fact, there's a great old joke about how many Jewish people are in Florida. And the joke goes like this. Morty and Ben are sitting on the beach in Miami, and Ben is looking around thinking. And Morty says, "What are you thinking?" And Ben says, "I was just wondering, how many Jewish people do you think are in the world right now?" And Morty says, "Jewish people in the world? Well, in the United States, I'd say maybe 10 million. Western Europe, maybe another million. Israel, the Middle East, the former Soviet Union, maybe 4 or 5 million. Asia, Africa, a handful, I'm sure. In the whole world, I'd say maybe 18, 19 million Jews." Ben says, "Interesting. Now tell me this. How many Asian people in the world today?" Morty says, "Hoo-ha, Asian people. Well, you got China, that's 1 billion right there. Japan, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, gotta be millions. Europe, maybe a few million. In the US, every place has a restaurant, a Chinatown, so there's gotta be, 20, 30 million? I'm gonna guess in the world today, approximately 1.5 billion Asian persons. Ben says, so you're saying 19 million Jews, 1.5 billion Asians? Morty says, approximately. Ben says, Morty, look up the beach. Morty looks up the beach. Ben says, now look down the beach. Morty looks down the beach. Ben says, Morty, do you see one Asian? Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you. So, yes, you expect Jews in Florida. I always felt very much at home in Florida, and I guess the average person would think, well, sure, he's Jewish. Why wouldn't he be comfy cozy in Florida? And it's true. I am Jewish. I am very proud to be Jewish. I have been officially Jewish ever since they took the little snip off part of my anatomy that, come to think of it, I also had no vote about. Just saying. But I'm not sure I've always understood Judaism fully. There are things about it that puzzle me from time to time. Like, for instance, I will admit I was not a big fan of Hebrew school. Now, that had nothing to do with my affection for Judaism. I was not a fan because Hebrew school destroyed my weekends from the age of 9 to 13. You know, you work like a dog 5 days a week in elementary school. You're grinding it out. The reading, the math, the coloring. It's brutal. You get to that weekend, you just want to sleep in and kick it back with your homeboys, right? But every Saturday morning, you have to get up at an ungodly hour to go to temple and commune with God. Jacket and tie, starch collar shirt, gaggles of old people. And what do you get for your time? Wine that isn't wine, it's grape juice, which is a ripoff, broken promise, and a piece of stale challah bread. But okay, I will give it up for God. But then on Sunday, they have the unmitigated gall to make you go to Hebrew school. And what do you learn at Hebrew school? Hebrew, right? Wrong! I went to Hebrew school for 5 years. And they taught me to read Hebrew. Yes, they did. They taught me the letters, the sounds, the whole shebang. And I am a good student, my friends. So I learned to read Hebrew. I can read Hebrew. I'm as good at reading Hebrew as Carol Baskin is at Dancing with the Stars. I can read Hebrew right to left to right, top to bottom, vowels, no vowels. I can read me the heck out of Hebrew, and I will outread any Hebrew reader in any room, anywhere. But I do not know what one dag-nabbit word of it means. Not one. No, I lie. I know one word. Shalom. Means peace, hello, and goodbye. So for me, it's shalom and out. Because apparently the understanding of Hebrew is nowhere near as vital as the reading of Hebrew. And that confuses me. I feel like maybe they could have taught me a few words, few phrases that might have been useful whilst traveling, perhaps. May I use the bathroom? What's in this falafel? Is Tisha B'Av really a holiday? Useful thing. But what really confused me about Judaism are some of the rules. And mostly rules about food. Most things in Judaism revolve around food. Now, I grew up in a kosher home, and for you non-Jews watching, kosher eating has a whole set of rules that have been chronicled and passed down through the generations via the Torah, the holy word. And part of being kosher means that you can't eat any animal that has a cloven hoof, say like a pig. And you can't eat anything in the ocean that doesn't have fins and scales, so no shellfish. You also, for some reason, cannot eat anything that is meat-based at the same time as you eat anything dairy-based. No good. In fact, you need to have separate dishes for each, separate silverware, separate pots and pans. Keeping a kosher kitchen is a commitment. And my parents did it till I was 14 years old. That's when it broke, and I broke it. When I was 14, McDonald's was just becoming a major national franchise, and it was all the rage. When a McDonald's opened in your town, it was like 4th of July. Fireworks, live bands, carnival. So on the way home from school one day, I purchased a cheeseburger and fries and a shake, and I bring it home to enjoy. I take out a plate. I put the cheeseburger on the plate. Please note, a cheeseburger, a completely forbidden devil's combo of dairy and meat. My mother comes home and finds a cheeseburger on her plate. I don't know if it was a meat plate or a dairy plate, but it was now a blasphemous plate. And my mother goes atomic. Oh my God! You've destroyed our home! You've defiled our kitchen! Why did I waste all that time on Hebrew school for you? To show such disrespect to your parents, to your people, to God himself! How can we ever atone? Why did I have children? A little over the top is what I'm saying. And the first thing I wanted to say was, why did you waste all the time in Hebrew school? You? Because I think I was the one out there not learning Hebrew. But what I said was, Mother, darling, whom I love, I have in my room a copy of the Torah in book form. It was given to me on my bar mitzvah from my Hebrew school. It's in Hebrew, so I can read it, but I cannot have any shred of comprehension. However, I will gladly run upstairs and fetch it, and we will turn to the pages of the laws of kosher dining. And I will ask you to kindly show me where in the Torah it says, "Thou shalt not eat of the flesh of any animal of the earth with cloven hoof, nor of any animal of the seas with a shell, except in a Chinese restaurant." Because I had never come across that addendum. And yet, every Thursday night, when we go to the local Chinese restaurant, before my father's tuchus rear end even hits the seat of the dining chair, he has shouted out his desperate order for barbecue ribs of a pig and shrimp smothered in lobster sauce. And you're calling me out and sending me up the river for a cheeseburger on an inappropriate plate? You hypocrite! And my mother, to her credit, said, all right, you're right. Also, side note, this year 2020 is listed in the Hebrew calendar as the year 5781. In the Chinese calendar, 2020 is the year 4718, proving one of those calendars is dead wrong, because there is no way the Jewish people could have gone 1082 years without Chinese food. Most Jews I know can't go 10 days. All of this is to say that my family, much like yours, is Meshuggah, and I couldn't love them more. And many of them have called Florida home for a very long time. Florida has been another home for me. I've spent glorious, unforgettable vacations there. I have splashed at your beaches, relaxed at your hotels, performed at your theaters, and laid my parents to rest on your soil. I've come to know and love Florida for all its eccentricity. From hurricanes to hanging chads, from Pensacola to Sarasota to the Everglades, it's a pretty magnificent place, even in difficult times. And these times are indeed difficult. But if you're watching this right now, it probably means that you have some pretty amazing blessings in your life. Blessings that you can't take for granted. Tonight is really about people who aren't as blessed, and the people who are dedicated to help. That is the mission of the Rails Jewish Family Services. Now, we've already talked about the life-saving help they provide to so many people in need. But it is the people that work and volunteer at Rails that makes it such a successful and wonderful place. So I would like to thank everyone, every single person that provides services or works on behalf of Rails Jewish Family Services. And I especially want to thank Stephanie and Judy and Wendy and Lynn. But I also send a very special note of thanks and affection to Jay and Marilyn Weinberg, whose generosity made it possible for me to spend some time with you today. They are the reason I'm here, so thank them, or blame them if you need to, but I adore them. I began our time together with a song, and I think it's a good way to end as well. Now, this song has been around my whole life, but it's never had a truer message than now.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. There's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. But what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that's just to love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. So yes, this is a celebration of the people who do the work at Rails JFS, but it's also about the people who make that work possible, and that is all of you. They can't do it without your support. So if you haven't donated yet, or even if you have, hit that donate button one more time, because they really, really, really need your help. I want to thank you, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, better days are ahead. And as my people say, and even I understand,